Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today with a really fun strategy variation on the mass bowler attack. Now obviously bowlers are totally ruling the game right now, but today I hope to show you a new fun variation using heal spells as well as 2 golems. And the format we're going to use for today's episode is I'm going to show you a couple replays, we'll cover the strategy keys and tips with Jay, and then after that I'll hop into the game live and do a couple live attacks against random villages in the clan via the friendly challenge feature, and we'll just kind of talk about what goes through your mind as you're executing one of these raids. So the first thing you really want to note here is 2 golems, 10 wizards. Now that is not by accident. 2 golems, 10 wizards, 1 jump spell will not be enough to trigger the eagle artillery. As soon as you drop 1 hero after that, the eagle artillery will be triggered. So you're using a jump spell, you're using 5 wall breakers, you're using 10 wizards, you're using 2 golems to establish the funnel. Now once you establish the funnel, you do want to note that you only have 1 jump spell in this army composition. So you have 2 heal spells, 2 rage spells, 1 jump spell. So you have to use that 1 jump spell very, very wisely. You need to make sure you funnel your bowlers into the core of the base, into an area of the base where they'll be able to take out both of the inferno towers as well as the eagle artillery. Now that doesn't necessarily mean you have to open up that many compartments, they just have to be in range of that many of those key defensive structures in order to have a chance at pulling off a 3-star. Now I also should note that really with any bowler strategy you have an excellent shot at pulling off a 3-star attack. However, they're so unpredictable in terms of AI, they're kind of a spammy type attack. So because of that, it has an upside and a downside. The upside is you don't have to plan that long. If you were going to sketch one of these attacks out, besides your entry point and your spell, timing, and hero abilities, there'd be not much else to sketch, right? Because you're essentially, once your troops get into the core and once you've used all your hero abilities and your spells, it's kind of a crapshoot whether you're going to get an 80% or 100%. But the good thing about the strategy is you're never going to get less than, say, 60% even on a bad attack. I mean, as long as you set up that funnel, you're going to get a really high percentage 2-star attack. So let's go over the strategy again on another 3-star by Jay. So again, it's going to be the same deal here. 2 golems, you spread them out in order to obviously occupy the attention of multiple defenses, give your wizards plenty of time to clear out all those distracting units. Now obviously, unlike a Valkyrie attack, bowlers will actually target units on the inside of walls, so you have to make sure your funnel is extra wide or you'll lose bowlers around the perimeter of the base, so that's very, very important. Now let's talk about the spells, right? So once you get your troops into the center of the base, you have 2 heal spells, you have 2 rage spells, you have the jump. So obviously you're going to start out with the jump spell, you can drop that even before you drop any troops in the raid, and then what you can do is get the wall breakers down, bust a hole through, and then immediately, or at least as soon as your bowlers engage that first inferno tower, you immediately want to pop your Grand Warden ability and drop a rage. It's very important that you get that rage spell down very, very quickly as soon as they start engaging that first inferno tower, and right when that inferno tower is about to die, then you drop your first heal spell. Obviously you can't heal through the inferno tower, but there's two exceptions to that. I guess not exceptions, but the inferno tower, obviously the multi only has 5 beams, you have like 20 plus bowlers, so obviously the bowlers that aren't being targeted by the inferno tower are indeed going to be healed. That's why the heal spell actually works in these types of raids. And number 2, even more importantly, when that inferno tower is just about to die, you'll have about a 4 or 5 second, in most cases, a downtime where you're able to go ahead and heal your bowlers back up to full health before they engage the second inferno tower, and then you're just going to repeat the process. So now I'm live now in game. I'm going to attack this village by fog. It's not maxed out, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what goes into the thought process when choosing where to attack from and how to attack. And I'm going to start out with a queen walk. You note that Jay actually used 2 healers and he deployed those healers right after the bowlers. Me, I still like starting out with a queen walk. It's just so much easier to manage a funnel when you're starting out with a queen walk against the base like this. So you can see there's a really obvious entry point for my bowlers and golems in the core of the base, and that's right around that western inferno tower, that jump spell right over there is going to allow me to access the Eagle Artillery, the Queen, and ultimately the other Inferno tower as well. So I'm starting my Queen walk up here. Everything's looking fine with my Queen. This is a very fast-moving raid, obviously, so you can take your time with Queen walks. Oh, and I should mention that I'm actually bringing 3 rage and only 1 heal on this attack because I anticipate having to use a rage spell on the Queen walk portion of the attack, and here it is right now. So the Queen has done her job. I'm going to go ahead and drop my 1 golem now, and about 7 or 8 of my wizards behind him. Then I'm going to get the wall breakers down. I'm going to get my heroes down, so Barbarian King and Grand Warden, and then I'm just going to one finger drop the bowlers. I missed that jump spell. I should have dropped it a little bit earlier. I didn't miss the location, the placement of it, but I should drop the jump spell around the same time that you drop the golem. So now you can see here, I popped the Barbarian King ability. Immediately after I dropped the Eternal Tome, I had already placed one of my rage spells down. The first Inferno tower is down. I'm going to drop my second rage spell right in the core here, and then as soon as I get close to that Inferno tower, there it is, I'm going to drop my heal spell. You can see the bowlers not being targeted by the Inferno tower have been healed, and everything is looking absolutely fine right now. Oh boy, my Queen is really low on health. What's she doing? Okay, she's fine. She's fine. I'm going to drop a skeleton spell over here on this just to help her out on that archer tower, but she will be healed up to full health there. Even if she died, I'm pretty sure the bowlers would finish the job, especially against the non-max point defenses here remaining on the board. A little baby cannon, cute Fog, cute baby cannon there, and an archer tower as well. I feel bad for Fog. I keep beating him up in these replays post-update because I am hanging out in Clash with Ash. Usually my main clan is Red Elite, but I flip-flopped my Town Hall 9 and my Town Hall 11 account just because they could use some heavier bases in Clash with Ash clan. And for whatever reason, Fog always seems to be on. Maybe he's just always on. He's the leader of Clash with Ash, by the way, so huge shout out to Fog. But he always seems to be on when I am, so for all these replays, it seems like, not all of them, but certainly a good deal of them, I feel like I'm beating up on poor Fog, so huge shout out to him. Let's go ahead and just put any Town Hall 11 base. That way, hopefully I'll get a base I've never seen before, and you can see I'm not even going to scout it, and I'm going to put one up myself here, a friendly challenge. You can see a lot of friendly challenges here in Clash with Ash. So, okay, it looks like Fog put up a new base. Is it a fresh one? Yes, it is. Okay, so this is good because I haven't shown you a trophy base yet in this episode. So we'll go ahead and start my Queen Walk from around 6 o'clock or so from the south because it's pretty defensively light there. I am a little bit worried about those 2 expos in the south, but even if my Queen dies, I will go ahead and use a rage spell and her ability. She should be able to take out that Eagle Artillery, I hope at least, from the south. So let's go ahead and start the Queen Walk. On the north, on a base like this, these bowlers will absolutely tear through it. Honestly, I think I could 3-star this base, this layout, without even having to use the Queen at all, to be honest with you. So just because you're going to see, hopefully at least, you're going to see how fast the bowlers tear up the northern part of this base. So let's sneak in some more wall breakers here, give the Queen a path to the core a little bit, or to the Eagle Artillery at least. And as soon as those expos start targeting my Queen, I'll drop my rage spell, and then I'll just keep an eye on her health in my troop bar, and then I'll see. I'm going to leave her alone over here, and then let's start the main portion of this attack here. So I'm going to drop my Golem. I'm going to drop all my wizards behind, make sure I have that funnel set up. Let's go ahead and drop a couple bowlers on the perimeter here, just to make sure they dig a few units deep into those outlying structures. Perfect. So my Queen right now is getting low on health. I'm going to pop her ability, and then you can see the main thing is going to remain the same, the tactic here from here on out, right? So I have the 2 rage spells used on the bowlers in the core. I have the heal spell. I'm going to immediately start healing up the bowlers. My Queen has gone down as anticipated, and in fact, she did not take out the Eagle Artillery as I had hoped. That was a really dumb place to start my Queen Walk, to be honest with you there. Let's go ahead and drop a skeleton spell on this Eagle Artillery. Why not just help out a little bit there, and they will take that down. And you can see, I don't think I've lost any bowlers here. I mean, maybe not all 20 of them are remain standing, but certainly close to that number. Ton of bowlers, and just plenty of units left to clean up here. So guys, there's so many fun strategies out there with bowlers right now. I mean, they're so dominant. It's weird, right? Because I love having bowlers as strong as they are, but I also like really getting deep and, you know, really really dissecting a base and planning out every portion of the attack like you do like a Golaloon attack, right? So you're just not able to do that with bowlers, so it's kind of bittersweet. I love the fact that the bowlers are viable and useful in the game on a mass scale, there's no doubt about that, but at the same time, because the bowlers are so dominant, even attacks that now should be seeing the light of day, like Laloon, they aren't because bowlers are so dominant. So we'll have to see what happens. But guys, it was a pleasure bringing you this video today as always. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me, and have a fantastic day or evening, guys. Take care.